From the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatkast.
Hello, this is Matt, and this is Whatkast. Not only is this Whatkast this week, this is the sixth birthday of Whatkast this week. 6 years of the cast of What. Many changes over time, gone through a few transitions, but I'm still here putting this out most weeks. And it's also my birthday today, the very day that I'm recording this. This is how dedicated I am. And I'm rocking here some of the new merch. Now, look at this. I'm on a t-shirt. Look at that. That's me. You made the list. Me on a t-shirt here, and you got your little Whatkast logo on your arm there. The link for this is in the description for the merch store if you fancy getting some Whatkast merch. I don't push it enough. The prices are nothing to do with me. It gets made by a company called Fourth Wall. But this quality of this stuff, I used to use something else. I can't remember what it was. The quality was fucking terrible. But the quality of this is really good. I'm really impressed with it. Now it's come through. I'm probably going to get a few more t-shirts and stuff. If you're interested, the link will be there. I will link it in the thing. But it is my birthday today, and it is Whatkast's 6th birthday today. Not sure how long the show's going to go on for. We've got a few stories here. Got some AI. AI is ushering in a new era of Satanism, is the lead story. I've got a little local ghost story coming up after that in the main streets here. And got a double bill of Wales Online, which we haven't done for a little while. And got a bit of We Love Great Yarmouth. And then Hate of the Week. And AI, listening to this, that always puts this out for me. Hate, H-A-T-E of the week, not height of the week. It keeps putting in height of the week, as in something a great distance in the air. No, hate of the week is what we're talking about here, right? Let's get straight on with the first story then. We'll call this the What of the Week. What? So here it is. AI is ushering in a new era of Satanism. Warn religious leaders. Yeah, because religious leaders are the sort of people that you want to talk to. When the priests get the nuns knocking around, they usually say,
"Hey, what are you doing down there, Aunt Sally?"
That's what they usually say to Aunt Sally. The AI is ushering in a new era of Satanism. Exorcists warn religious leaders. A great power, right? What is techsocist? So this is a techsocist, right? AI is becoming satanic. Who knew? With religious rifts widening around the globe, right? Just wanted to point that out. And an enterprising Christian leader has potentially devised a way to unite the faiths against a common foe. Might be a posh foe. A Mexican priest named Father Luis Ramirez. Right, you can't see this. That is literally, I mean, talk about that. I bet every other person in Mexico is called Luis Ramirez. Almanza, okay, so he's got a different surname, is inviting rabbis, imams, and evangelical preachers. Yeah, you can always trust them, evangelical. When they cure you on stage, that's all real. We definitely believe that, right? You are cured. Oh, I am. I can't believe it. Me neither. To join a special exorcism training course that, among other evils, specializes in battling the scourge of AI-fueled Satanism. The Times of London reported. That's just the Daily Times, by the way. Artificial intelligence is a great power, a force for both good and evil, and can therefore be used for devil worshipping. Yeah, but people can do that without AI, can't they? Oh, I want to be a Satanist. If only I knew how. If only I knew what to do to be a proper Satanist. I'll have to ask ChatGPT about this one. Oh, here he is. He's told me. Now I can just put some horns on and talk bollocks. And pretend I'm worship. Do some kind of weird shit blood sacrifice of a rat or something. And then I can be a Satanist. What's the matter with these bollocks? Do people actually believe there's a red man with horns knocking around? The anti-God or the anti-Jesus or whatever. This is fucking insane that anyone believes any of this. But, oh, there's a good man in white with a beard over there and there's a red man with horns over there and they're constantly fighting it out. And if you don't believe it, you're mad. Yeah, right. He warned at a press conference announcing his course in the ministry of exorcism and prayer deliverance. He's got a course in it. I wonder if he's selling the course. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? It's like always, you can always trust these religious types. He had he held the Ateneo, whatever the fuck that says, a Vatican-affiliated university. This niche training draws over 170 participants interested in performing exorcisms. Whilst participants aren't granted the authority to conduct a demonectomy, I think you got a demon inside of you. I'm just going to put my hand on your head and tip some bollocks tap water on your face. Oh, you're cured. Oh, thanks. That license can only be bestowed by a diocesan bishop as per Catholic canon law. The university promises on its own website to deepen their knowledge of the ministry of exorcism and deliverance prayer in a serious and interdisciplinary way. Okay, cool. This year there will be a special emphasis on AI's use among Lucifer enthusiasts. If you're one of them, get a grip. What do you do in your spare time, mate? Oh, I'm a Lucifer enthusiast. Oh, what'd you do then? Oh, just talk some bollocks and read some shit books with pentagrams on the front. I feel really hard when I do that. Yeah, I bet you do. Father Fortunato. That's an unfortunate name. Denoto, a Sicilian priest who fights child sex abuse. Well, it's unusual for a priest. And is speaking at a session in May, claims that some satanic groups are already experimenting with the tech.
It doesn't have lips!
Cool. We believe these groups are using AI to generate images of children involved in satanic rites, Denoto told The Times. There he is. There's Denoto. He looks normal, doesn't he? It's a bit like a bit of a shit Santa, but carrying a load of plywood crosses with pictures on, with photos on. I don't know what he's doing with all of them. I don't know what that is. I'm sure some angry person in one of my comment sections will tell me about it and call me a dickhead, like somehow that's never happened before. Somehow that's going to bother me in some way. Ah, you don't know anything. Yeah, that's right. And here I am, and you're sitting there in the comments with all the knowledge, doing nothing with your life. Imagine how much money you could be making if I know nothing and you know everything. Go show how it's done. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a ranty day today. It's my birthday. I can do what the fuck I want. Using children appeals to them because it's a form of power being exercised over the innocent. Researchers tracking cult activity say the digital devilry isn't just theoretical. David Murigia, who runs Catholic Risk and Insurance Services, a research group that makes money, monitoring cults and fringe religious movements, said law enforcement has warned that occult groups are turning to AI tools to cloak their activities online. Please tell us Satanists are using AI to hide their content online and communicate with each other, he told the outlet. Another speaker scheduled for the course will explore how modern-day occultists are using generative AI to design ritual symbols and imagery, giving ancient mysticism and a distinctly 21st century makeover. All of this can happen and does happen without AI. This is a non-story, in my opinion, right? The Vatican has been increasingly vocal about the risks of a runaway technology. I'm not a fan of AI, to be fair. But I don't care about this bollocks. Speaking at a recent Vatican seminar on artificial intelligence, Bishop Paul Tinge the Minge, A senior official at the Vatican's dicastery. I can't remember which words are bollocks. Dicastery. Dickheadery. For culture and education warned the technology could open the door to disturbing new threats, including biological weapons, propaganda, disinformation. Can't have that. And systems which are beyond human control. And there's a picture of a bloke signing something with a cross on the other bit of paper. For who knows why he's doing that. Got to have your cross there to keep away the evil spirits. Church officials, piss off. Church officials have also warned that AI could reshape society in ways that undermine human dignity, privacy, and even people's livelihoods. Yes, not really, that is a concern. Satanism isn't really. For now, that means you're a Mason, 30. Fuck off. Piss off. Some dickhead accused. I've been doing debates like the last couple of weeks, the last few days even. And I keep being accused of being a Satanism and a Mason by insane, mentally ill people. For now, though, the Rome training course is focused on a far more ancient enemy, even if it may now come with a high-speed internet connection. Yeah, cool. As previously reported by the Post in 2024, artificial, just say AI, has already crept into some corners of modern worship. A church in Switzerland stunned the internet after unveiling an AI-powered hologram of Jesus designed to hear confessions from Catholic worshippers, a surreal spectacle captured in a viral video. The experimental installation, dubbed Deus, or whatever, I don't know, in Machina, I'm well Mexican, sits inside a confessional booth at St. Peter's Church, where a screen displays an animated image of Jesus behind the traditional grate. The digitally rendered face analyzes each visitor's words and generates a response, with the avatar's lips moving in sync as it dishes out advice from the virtual pulpit. For clergy now sounding the alarm about AI-fueled Satanism, it is yet another sign of that the battle between faith and technology may be entering a very strange chapter. What? Before we move on to Wows Online, right, I've got a little funny story for you. So my mum, there's a working man's club that's stand by where my mum lives, and she goes over there a bit. But there's this woman there that goes in there, and she might be listening to this. If the woman my mum knows is listening to this, yes, I'm talking about you. I don't know what her actual name is, but everyone calls her Morticia. I don't know why, because the description of, I've never seen this woman, but the description of her, she's like white hair and wears a white dress. Basically, it looks like a fucking ghost floating around, right? She goes over this club all the time, and she comes around hugging and kissing everybody, and she's a bit annoying, right, I've heard. And they all go, oh, Morticia's up dancing again. She's got like a walking stick or whatever, and this Morticia's dancing around. She's really spooky looking. No one knows where she come from, who she is, who she's with. She's just there all the time, right? So my mum kept telling me about this person, this Morticia. And I said, look, if you take pictures over there all the time, have you got any pictures of her? I might know who it is, right? Been around here a while, most of my life. I can recognise most people. And she said, yeah, I'll pull them up. So she's gone on her iPad and she's scrolling on. Oh, this is all pictures from Saturday night, whatever. This was a few months ago that this conversation happened, but I got reminded of it the other day. And she showed me. She goes, oh yeah, she was on the dance floor. This is the night she was over there. She was on the dance floor. She was dancing with that bloke, and there was just a picture of a dance floor. The bloke was there. Morticia weren't there. My mum's like, oh, I'm sure she was there. She'll be in some of these pictures. Scroll on, Morticia's not there. Next picture, Morticia's not there. Next picture, Morticia's not there. Not in any of these photographs, right? And I'm like, are you sure that you're not all just imagine this person's a ghost in the working man's club, and you all just think that none of you have noticed that she's never in any of the pictures, right? And my mum's like, no, she's laughing like this is a big joke, and she goes, oh, there's a video here of us all doing the conga. Now, if you don't know what the conga is, if you're over in the United States, it's like when I think everyone knows what the conga is, when you all go along in like a snake sort of thing, hold on to each other's hips and sort of dance in a line. Not line dancing, because that's shit. But like the conga, and they're all going, I don't know what you call it anyway, that's what it's called here. And she goes, oh, she was in the Congo because she stopped and gave us a kiss and a cuddle on the way past. She was behind this bloke or whatever. So the camera's filming a video, right? And everyone's gone past. All the people are dancing past. And then she goes, oh, yeah, she was behind this bloke. And the bloke's come along and gone. And then behind the bloke is a gap of nobody. And then someone else continuing the conga behind the gap. I am not lying. That's what it was. This woman is a real ghost. Morticia at the Working Man's Club is a real ghost.
What?
I said she's a real ghost. Let's look up, see if ghosts exist. No.
Hi girl, it's Wales Online. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snake. Yeah, it's Wales Online. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snake.
Bit of Clive Marley there. Wales Online. The usual lyrics. If you don't like it, go and sit on a snail. So this is the first story from Wales Online. Sometimes Wales Online is classic, right? I haven't done it for a few weeks. But this is pretty good this week. So here you got, like, I'm going to show this video. The bloke's describing the scene. This is for some reason in Bristol, but it's being reported by Wales Online. I think Bristol's close enough for Wales to try and claim Bristol. But Bristol's in Britain, right? Sorry, in England. Let's watch the video and see.
Was erupted at a Primark in Bristol as security staff engaged in a desperate tug of war with a group of suspected shoplifters.
So security in this, for those of you that can't see this, security in this thing is there's two blokes standing behind each other pulling on something, and there's two customers also pulling. They're actually having a tug of war for this item. Like a proper, like if you watch The World's Strongest Man or Gladiators or something, that's what they're doing in this video.
Screams of "Let go of my bag" rang out through the Broadmead store as the women fought to break free, eventually bolting through the doors to escape.
Oh no, not shouts of "let go of my bag." How terrifying those shouts must have been. There was kids around as well while they were shouting "let go of my bag."
One woman was left behind on the floor as the dust settled. But the internet isn't holding back.
The dust settled from this non-event that happened. There's actually another security. You can see in the camera there's another security guard there that's not involved, that's filming it on her phone to put it on the Book of Face later on to get some likes from it. Supposed to be doing her job, helping her mates out. Instead, she's filming it. But apparently the internet didn't hold back. So let's see what the internet is saying about this.
Viewers are calling the incident embarrassing. One commenter noted, "You know you're scraping the barrel when you resort to stealing from a bargain store. It's high stakes for low prices. Is this the new normal for high street shopping?"
I think so, Wales Online. See what the comments say in this one. Julie says, getting worse every day. Stealing just puts up the prices. They're so dumb. Right. Where else? View more comments. Well, let's figure it out. View more comments. Here we are for the old Wales Online. Why hide her identity, says Howard. He's disgusted. Pound shops are also targets for shoplifting, says Sarah. Yeah, we know that. We've just seen it. Sack that, John says. Sack that security guard for not helping. You're the one that's filming. I know what you mean. And then Tom says, the usual suspects. I don't know what he means by that, Tom. Let's not touch on that one. Here's another story from Wales Online. Prison guard sent naked pictures and videos of sex acts to serving inmates. There she is. There's the prison guard. Nice eyebrows on her there. Like, what is going on with what are those eyebrows? Let's be honest. You can see her real eyebrows, and she's just sort of like got a brown massive paintbrush and just slicked somewhere near it to make it look like an eyebrow. I don't know what she's doing with that, but that looks ridiculous. Let's see what Wales Online. Oh my God, the comments are classic already. But it's got here. So, hang on, she sent viral. Let's read the story, actually. Why not? Oh my God. No, I can't read the story. It's not letting me. Wales Online, I have to join for £1, and I'm not going to. Right, so, no, don't want that one. Well, I don't seem to be able to do this story now. I've lost the page. Oh, no, I ain't. So here's the comments then. It won't let me read the story. So I'm assuming that this bird has been sending naked pictures and videos of her fucking herself, basically, to this prison. To the prisoners. And then Irene says, whoever did that eyebrows should serve a sentence. Mino Trombetta says, what prison was this? I need to do some bird. Bird or birds? Kev says, she should be doing time just for her eyebrows. Yeah, we've already had that joke. And then Joey says, same old suspects. I think this is a theme on Wales Online. Everyone just writes that, right? Kevin says, there are more and more of these women getting caught performing sex acts in prison. Those slags is what I'll say, right? Lisa said, hang on, someone's replied to that. Danny has replied to it. It says, it seems the only way you can get sex is to become a criminal nowadays. Classic from Danny. Lisa says, desperate old tart. Young tart, I mean. LOL. They say some women are into criminals. The sicker the crimes, the better. I was just watching something the other day. Seriously weird oddballs, and she's working. I am a prison. Good grief. God grief. Yeah, good one. It's every week now, says Steve. What do you mean? What do you mean it's every week now? This story's not every week. Park prison officer, you're all up to it. That's what Laura says. She says all the prison officers are doing this. This is like the norm for this prison. She seems to know this prison. Let's get one more from Dawn here that says, sad really the way some officers behave. This is an officer, by the way. And then Lord Stacy says, that's disgusting, ... Where?
Hi girl, it's Wales Online. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snail. Yeah, it's Wales Online. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snail.
So let's do. It's time to dish out the COTW for this week. Then, so let's get me back on here. So some people won't understand this. The people that follow me on YouTube and then watch my recent YouTube videos will probably have more of an idea what I'm talking about. There's been a bloke in my comments saying this is what I cannot stand about the internet, right? But all you got to do is do a little bit of digging on people, and you can have a quite funny time with some of these people. There is a bloke called Burned somebody. I can't remember his name. He was kind of an irrelevant. But he's been on one of my videos recently. I've been doing debates with flat earthers. Everyone knows I do this, right? It's not really debates. It's more pointing and laughing and winding them up from my own amusement because I'm practically a child of the mind. And I just enjoy doing it very much because they are the stupidest people in the world and very easy to annoy. And they never let me down. They get annoyed every single time. So I keep doing it. This bloke thinks I'm letting the community down. He gave me a load of rants about me and Professor Dave, who's quite a big YouTuber, and letting the community down by not being scientific enough in these debates, just resorting to insults of people and all this other stuff, right? So basically what he was saying was he was telling me on the in the comments section that I'm not highbrow enough for him. Like, he can't watch me anymore. Oh, I'm not watching you anymore, mate. You're just as bad as them. I'm trying to stamp out disinformation on the internet, and I do a stellar job of it. And people like you stop me. You do a stellar job of it from the comment section, do you, mate? With about 6 followers, you ain't doing anything to anyone. You're just a jumped up prick that thinks you can tell everyone else to do things you ain't got the balls to do. So you can go in everyone else's comment, tell them how they should, what you should have done. Backseat driver is what you are. ain't got the bollocks to do any of it yourself. But basically, he's virtue signaling, which everyone knows I hate, right? I hate virtue signaling, can't stand it. This bloke, he's basically said to me, you resort to insults. It's so childish. I'm trying to stamp out this sort of content from the internet to have basically more superior content. And I thought, he's a prick. But before I dismiss him immediately, let's have a look who he subscribes to. And I went into who he subscribes to, who he does like, who he thinks is worthwhile content on the internet. And there was someone called Bashing Bunny, or something like that, right? I can't remember the name now, some bird. And he subscribes to her. And there's many other kitten this and all this. There's basically a bunch of young birds that wear bunny ears and shit and sit there saying nothing in particular, unboxing things and showing squishy toys. Wonder what Mr. Highbrow's doing whilst he's watching these birds, eh? Could it involve bog roll or Kleenex? Probably. And bashing one out very rigorously whilst watching these young girls that he knows he could never pull in reality because he's probably a big tub of lard who's about 80. Talking down to me on my channel, right? You probably should hide your subscriptions if you're going to come for me. If you're going to come for me and tell me that my content is beneath you because you're so much more advanced than that, and then I'm going to find out that you're bashing one out. So these irrelevant birds sitting there, and he tried to discuss it. Oh, they're budding musicians that I'm trying to support because they haven't got very good followings. Yeah. You're just trying to help them out, aren't you, mate? Yeah, that's what you're doing. But guess what? I'm going to help you out because you've never been recognised for anything you've ever done in your life. Gurned, or whatever the fuck your name is. And you've never won anything. You've never done anything. But that's all about to change because you win this week's
Cunt of the week. Cunt of the week. It's time for Cunt of the week. We love Parade Yarmouth. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snail. We love Parade Yarmouth. And if you don't like it, go and sit on a snail. Snail sitters unite. This is our fight.
This is our fight. So here we go. We love Great Yarmouth. Someone's got a bit of a complaint here a couple of days ago on the We Love Great Yarmouth site. Great Yarmouth, famous for the Super Snails ride. The puppet man who just stands there with socks on his hands, singing bollocks, having an epileptic fit in the middle of the street, and he's somehow a local legend, and aids the dog that runs around the beach trying to be owned by different people with fleas jumping off of his scabby body. But apparently we love this place, right? So this is from Laura. It says, hi. I came to Great Yarmouth last week and we were meant to be staying at the Dolphin Hotel where we stay all the time. And also when me and my husband were younger, we were upset. Oh, there's no commas or full stops here. And when we were younger, then she goes on. We were upset at the state of the place. No staff around, unhygienic toilets, somebody waiting for someone to check her out, and there was someone looking for staff waiting to ask for some more bog roll or toilet roll, but no staff about. This was an amazing hotel, but what we've seen they just need to close down. Sorry for ranting on, but I'm quite upset. So rather than complaining to the hotel, she thought, this is definitely going on the Book of Face when I get home, right? That'll show them. I'm going to complain about the dolphin, right? But I'm sorry, if I was staying at an hotel and I was waiting for ages to check out, I'd check myself out and not pay anything. If you're going to charge me on the way, if I've done anything in the hotel, it's your fault for not being there when I leave. I'll give you 5 minutes. See ya. You can chase me for the money. It's Especially if you're in this state of this hotel's in, you ain't going to be taking me to court anytime soon, are you? Someone's replied, one reason I use Travelodge or Premier Inn, you know what you'll get there. Pauline says, I used to work there at front of house manager, duty manager 20 plus years ago, and it was one of the best hotels in Great Yarmouth. Sad to see it run down. There was one of the best things about Great Yarmouth. There used to be a what's it called? There used to be a waxworks there. Look that up. It was called House of Wax. Maybe I'll cover it one day. Probably have already. I can't remember. Yeah. So she's pissed off about that. But they're all annoyed about this place in Great Yarmouth. Let's see if there's any more answers to this. Oh, Colin says, try out if someone's pimping their Airbnb out. Try our Airbnb. It's very clean. 98%. 5 stars. Almost 50 reviews. Jonathan says, yo, you all need to go book a Hotel Ocean. I've stayed there 10 times now since 2022, and I go up twice a year. They can't fault it. 10 out of 10 for everything, and the breakfast is to die for. Bet it's not. Bet this bloke just owns it. Free parking permit, and just opposite the pier. I know this hotel. I know where it is. It used to be a nightclub, I think, called the Long Bar. I think that's this hotel. I used to go to this nightclub back in the day. Well, I went there twice. It was a load of shit, to be honest, and probably the hotel was right up there with it. There's one more comment here from Jeanette Mills. Says, I found it to be run down. When I stayed there a couple of years ago, I actually booked to stay at a different hotel, but for some reason we were moved to the Dolphin. Yeah, because it was shit, and they don't get guests. Gutted Jeanette.
We love Great Yarmouth, and if you don't like it, go and sit on the snail. We love Great Yarmouth, and if you don't like it, go and sit on a snail. Snail sitters unite. This is our fight.
Hate of the week, burns deep inside. Ranty storms we can't avoid. Feed the fire and fury speak. Welcome to the hate of the week.
So, my hate of the week this week is the song Sweet Caroline. You know the song, Sweet Caroline. God, I hate that song. But not as much as this bloke. This is a bloke that I find very funny because this is my reaction to hearing this song as well, right? So I probably did look like when England was doing well in the World Cup a few years ago, the Euros, whatever it was, and this was doing the rounds. But now I can't stand it. Like whenever it comes on, when you go somewhere, everyone does the so good, so good, so good. Oh, just fuck off. Fuck off with this. When people turn things into like this laddish bullshit song, when everyone sings in the most Cockney accent, "Work Caroline," fuck off. And obviously this bloke agrees with me. This is a bloke at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. Right? Or as the locals in Liverpool call it, the Cavern Club. Here he is. This is what he thinks of the song Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, the times you never see.
Sweet Caroline. My God. So he he did. It came on. The bloke starts singing. It said the bloke just had enough. He's obviously is his hate of the week as well. Hate HATE of the week. AI, get it right. And he went up and tipped this bloke up on the stage and just walked off. It's how I would never do that, but it's how it makes me. It's what I want to do. But there was a bit of a reaction. But then the singer's obviously gone off on one, trying to catch the geezer to like have a fight. I wonder what happened. I'd love to have been at the Cavern Club that day. By the way, the Cavern Club in Liverpool, it's on a street called Matthew. I've been to the Cavern Club. The Cavern Club is on a street called Matthew Street. It's my street. You know when you do that? Oh, it's my street. Look, Matthew Street. There's only one T in that Matthew, so it ain't actually my street. But yeah, I can't stand this song. That gave me great joy watching that, even though, you know, the bloke that titched me up was probably a knob. The bloke singing it was probably all right. But the song itself, the way everyone thinks it's so fashionable to just belt this shitty old song out all of a sudden just because it featured in the football a couple of years ago. It's also a boxing song as well. Can't stand it. Just fuck off. Oh, look, I've got a hate of the week as well. I've just got another hate of the week. Someone from Vauxhall is trying to contact me regarding my car. Oh, we've got options for your car. Do ya? You can fuck off is what you can do. I've got other plans, Mr. Vauxhall. So anyway, that was the cast of What this week. Hopefully you enjoyed a bit of a ranty show there for a bit of a laugh. Obviously, the merch is now in. Go buy it. You just made the list. And there I am. There's other options. There's you made the list in that kind of style. There's the normal logo T-shirts, caps, cups, all that bollocks, right? Just click on the link. I'll put it in the description. And there's if you like the debates, there's plenty of them doing the rounds at the moment on the old YouTube. I've been doing quite a lot of TikTok lives, which I'm having great fun doing, as you might have guessed. And I'll probably be back next week. This was the 6th birthday show. We have been around, I say we, just me now, been around for 6 years this week. 14th was the actual first day, I think. It's up there. 16th for the 3rd. So, yeah, possibly next week, don't know. At the end of this week, next week, something like that. Anyway, it's my birthday today. So if you want to get me a beer, buymeacoffee.com/Whatkast. Or just buy some merch, that'd be good, and then you get something out of it as well. Right, cheers everybody. Please join me next time, and I'll see you later.
You've been listening to Whatkast. Follow us on social media at Whatkast or Whatkast Podcast, or email us at whatkast@gmail.com, even if it don't affect your wages.
And don't forget to comment on Spotify. Greatly appreciated. Very much needed at the moment. Almost there with the monetization.